Glory to God. And we got a crazy one here for y'all today, fellas. What up, YouTube? It's dang. What up, YouTube? It's MW Paul part 2, not part 1. Back with it, back with it, back with it, back with it, back with it. Hold on. Hold on, back with it, hold on. Back with it, hold on. Hold on, back with it, 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 back with another video, you feel me, today. We got a crazy one here for y'all today. Guys and gals, we got a crazy one. You feel me? Boom. Dr. Insanity. Shout out to bro. A detective realizes the cop is actually the murderer. What I tell y'all about, we got a crazy one, bro. This Lord look insane, bro. 4.3 million views. It hit different. 15 minutes long, bro. Hope y'all got y'all snacks, got y'all water, feel me? You gotta stay hydrated, you feel me? And we just gonna hop straight into it together. Hope y'all all on the bus. Alright, we going. Come on.
While cops are here to help and protect citizens, what happens when they're actually secret killers in disguise?
Was it Kelly? Yeah, right now you're charged with murder. And it is Kelly. No!
Here are 3 examples of when cops try to get away with murder, starting with the horrifying case of William Talley. On the 11th of May 2019, police received a worrying phone call explaining that former police sergeant William Talley had been in an argument with his girlfriend, Kelly Levinson. At some point during the fight, he fired gunshots at her. William quickly left the scene, stealing Kelly's truck, but was worried he may have done more damage than he realized.
So I don't know anything.
I mean, you shot her? What you think you was gonna do? Oh, I mean, I'm gonna just shoot her in the toe and then, like, no, bro. Like, you shot at somebody, then you really think, oh, I might have actually killed this person. Like, you feel me? Like, what was your goal? I mean, I just wanted to shoot her. I thought she was gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
But was worried he may have done more damage than he realized.
So I don't know anything since then.
People actually
Nobody's here has been injured.
And that's people's problem.
No, that's what I told him when I called. He told me.
God's hands. I just want to say happy Sunday too. It is Sunday today. I just want to say happy Sunday. Glory to God as always.
The police had to immediately treat this like a crime scene and decided to search the house to ensure Kelly's safety. There was one thing on the officers' minds, and they were all silently pleading that they wouldn't find her dead.
Deputy Brown, who used to work with the Cowboys.
She can't open the door. She can't get
There's a dog in there. Yep, she's right there. Start again, man.
Upon entering the house, evidence of some kind of physical altercation was scattered throughout. As they entered the kitchen, though, they would find Kelly's dead body lying on the ground. With all the evidence the police had, it wasn't difficult for them to determine their main suspect. But catching him was another matter. They knew that William had received both police and SWAT training, so he'd be difficult to catch. However, all of a sudden, police received a phone call informing them William had gotten into a car crash. The cops rushed to the hospital where they found their number 1 suspect waiting for them, bruised and bloodied.
We're gonna take care of you now.
Imagine, bro, like, I'm telling you, if you out for warrant, whatever's going on, bro, if you just kill somebody, bro, you ain't no going to a hospital, you getting picked up every time. If you gotta go to a hospital, you going to jail. At that point, and like, your best bet is like go to a hospital like 2-3 countries. I mean, not countries. Really, yeah. But you're not making it that far. 2-3 states ahead of time. Like, you better find a way, make it work. I don't know, bro. Because as soon as you get, maybe you might not even get fully healed. But as soon as you get a little bit healed, you're going right to jail. Okay.
Once William was discharged from the hospital, he was immediately brought to an interrogation room where the investigation would truly begin.
Can I ask what my charges are? Yeah, right now you're charged with murder. You're charged with violation of oath of office, and you're charged with possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. That's what we're hoping you can tell us. Maybe once we start talking about it a little bit. It wasn't back. Was it Kelly? Well, was it a cop?
William mentions 2 names here, Becky and Kelly. Of course, we know Kelly to be his girlfriend, but William was actually married to another woman named Rebecca Talley who he'd been cheating on. William
So what you telling me is, most likely y'all got into an argument because you was the one cheating. You got mad and shot at her not knowing the damage you did and killed her. And now you in the courtroom, investigation room, asking, who did you kill? Was it the person you was cheating on? Or was it the person you was cheating on? Like, what is we talking
obviously
about?
appears dazed and confused, but whether this is just an act or not is another question. He'd spent multiple days in the hospital and was discharged after being medically cleared, so it's unlikely he'd still be
How
this
bad was the car
out of it.
accident? How fast was he
Regardless, it at least seems to be keeping him calm, at least for now.
And you can sign this.
Nobody's talking with me about things.
Well, we're gonna get to that. That's what we're hoping to get to.
No, I'm not talking until somebody talks to me.
I can tell you who, if we can get started there. And it is Kelly.
No!
Don't do that.
Now he trying to act crazy, bro. What is wrong? This is who y'all be hiring as cops. And y'all wondering why the police system so messed up. Look, we gotta remember, y'all, he was a cop. He was a sergeant at that. Come on, gang. This who y'all be hiring. You feel me?
No!
Don't do that.
No! No!
Callie, come on.
What the fuck? He throwing up, bro. What is wrong with him?
Billy.
No! No!
There's a small chance William really is this distraught over Kelly's death, but he was completely unaware of what he was doing at the time.
Bro, I don't know what the card is, but I don't know if this what it is, but I'm gonna just say, bro, I'm telling you, bro, demons, the devil, that's real, bro. All that stuff is real, bro. I don't know if he possessed, bro. The way it's looking right now, it's looking like he possessed right now, bro. That stuff be real, bro. I can tell you right now, bro, that junk is not normal at all, bro. Hitting your head on the desk, just throwing up randomly. He like dead serious, just threw up. Like, I thought he was faking it. I thought he was just y'all heard me say, oh, now he trying to act crazy. He not acting, bro. He like, it's something generally wrong with him, bro. I don't know.
Seems more likely that he's actually just using this as a guise to vent and scream about how his life is pretty much finished and over a small argument with his mistress. He's also likely frustrated that he got caught so easily. Remember, this is a man with SWAT and police training. He knows how to evade the cops, but almost instantly after going on the run, his plans were shut down in an incredibly unpredictable way. William manages to calm down while the detective talks to him, but only for a few short seconds.
Here, let me get you some napkins. Bill, no. Stop, Bill. Relax. Bill, stop. It's all unnecessary, Bill. If you don't want to talk to us, that's fine, but let's not do this, okay? Okay? Just let's not do this.
Who else to guard it?
Right now you're hurting yourself.
Someone can't know me.
Well,
Who else did I hurt?
there's no one
I
else.
keep hearing people whisper. Or whispers.
Okay, well, what?
You see that? What I tell you? He possessed, bro. Talking about he hearing people whispering. Nobody else is in the room but these two men, bro. What is we talking about? I can't make this up to y'all, bro. It's right here in front of y'all.
No,
We watching the same thing.
Truth.
Okay.
Y'all watching the
There's
same
no one
thing
else
I'm
hurt.
watching, bro.
Okay.
What you're watching is a man who knows without a doubt that he's guilty, doing everything he can to try and find a way out. He's
they trying to
panicking,
say
and
he
the
faking.
cops were probably extremely relieved when William finally asked for a lawyer
might.
and put an end to this dramatic.
You know it's bad when the detectives want him to ask for a lawyer. You know it's bad, bro. But
investigation.
he trying to say you faking it. I don't know, bro. You can fake it all you want, but throwing up. You can hit your head on the table all you want, but throwing up and screaming like that, that's a little bit too real for me. I ain't gonna lie.
However, this obviously didn't help him at all, as the
No, it ain't
detectives
gonna help
already had all the evidence they needed to
Yeah,
convict
he
him.
fried.
And William Talley was sentenced to life behind bars.
fried.
Despite William being a local cop and even knowing some of the officers involved, this case was handled perfectly. A stark contrast to that of Matthew Boynton, whose case was so weird and corrupt that the cops ended up investigating a shooting that never even happened.
You know you can't give a sworn statement and lie on it. Why would you do that, Matthew?
On the 15th of April 2016, police found Jessica Boynton hidden in the closet of her home with a gunshot wound to the head and a police-issued firearm in her hand. The county sheriff reportedly ruled her dead at the scene, but
She
there
died
was
with
a
a gun in her
problem.
hand?
Jessica was neither dead nor shot. After she was rushed to the hospital, the ER found no entrance wounds or bullets. Instead, they found evidence of a blunt force attack to the back of her head. This case is already incredibly confusing, but what's worse,
Out of my way.
Oh, so he tried to make it like she killed herself. Cause ain't no way you finna get shot and then go to the closet. He tried to make it like she went in the closet and shot herself in the head. Type stuff. Okay. But he
I
actually
get
beat her
Uber
to
credits back on my rides
He actually beat
because
her to
I am a
is that the police's number one suspect, Matthew Boynton, told cops that he received a text from Jessica saying she was
Yeah,
about to commit
he tried
suicide.
to make it seem- okay.
After rushing home, he heard 2 gunshots coming from the house and called the police. Matthew was taken to the police station and interrogated, but was caught lying about a vital piece of evidence. This is where we join the detectives as they try to unwrap this baffling web of lies.
Do you recognize that bag?
Yes, that bag that Jessica let me use to put all my gym stuff in when we used to be together.
Okay, so when's the last time you saw that bag?
It's been a long time. Like I said, when I used to work out at, there's 2 gyms in Thomaston. I don't remember the name of it. I used that one, and I had a gray Nike bag I used to work out in. So I interchanged my stuff like protein drinks, powder shakes like pre-workout, workout shorts, pants, shoes, whatever. I'd put it in that bag or my Nike bag.
Suspects who aren't telling the truth tend to over-explain.
I was just gonna say that. I wasn't finna say that. What I was finna say is when they either telling the truth. If he telling the truth, you know he telling the truth because he over-explain it. And when he lying, he gonna give a little short response. Or if he lying, they over-explain it. And when they telling the truth, they say yes or no. It's one or the other. And once you figure out which one it is, the rest of the questions you ask, they go off the way you explain it. Just like that.
Feel they have something to prove to detectives.
Real talk.
If they can give lots of information over, they think it'll convince the detective that they're not lying, as
Right.
they couldn't possibly make all of that up.
Right.
However, in actuality,
very
suspects telling the truth will give a more instinctual, simplified answer to the question because they don't have to think about it as much.
Right.
Bear that in mind as the interview continues.
So when's the last time that you saw that bag?
I mean, it's been a while. Like, I don't know an exact date. I don't know. I think my stepdad, he had it in the white trailer, and that's been a while. And he brought it, but I haven't been through it or
He
anything.
said he had it in the thing. And then he said a white trailer. Yeah, that boy kept. he kept.
Put it in my storage
he
thing in
kept
my
that.
house, which is
Storage
like when you
thing
pull the
in my
driveway.
house.
It's a little storage thing on the right.
Okay.
You open the door and it's got all my stuff in there.
Right.
I had to clean some of it out recently. That was tossed in there, but I mean, it's in there with a bunch of my stuff, like a brown tub I used to keep in my old patrol car with gym stuff in it and work stuff.
Yeah, he is
Remember,
over
that
explaining.
answer was given in response to the question, when
When
was the last time you saw this bag?
gang?
Something that could have been answered in a single sentence.
Come on, gang.
The detectives already knew that Matthew was lying about this bag, as that's the whole reason he was brought to this second interrogation. But now they're 100% sure he's hiding something, and they're about to call him out on it.
All right, Matthew. Known you a long time. When y'all were in the process of moving, and you moved into the house that you're at now, your residence. Did you or did you not see this bag?
Yes, sir. It's in my storage room in the garage.
Now, why would I be holding a picture of this bag?
I guess because Jessica brought it into you.
Why would Jessica have it if you had it at your house?
I don't know. I guess somebody got it from my garage or my shed.
Who would have gotten it?
There's a couple of people.
You breaking them down.
All right.
Y'all, we be reacting. If y'all stay with me, we be reacting to these interrogation rooms all the time. And what I say, they try to make it like you your friend, like they your friend. They get to break you down, get to ask you heck of questions. You start to fold. He ain't giving us many long answers now. He just, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know exactly what happened. You hear me? Like,
Completely filled with female clothes. And this is one photo of it. That's not yours.
No.
This whole thing might not seem like a big deal, but it's actually the root of a much bigger problem. This bag, along with everything in it, belonged to Jessica. So when it was discovered in Matthew's possession after he told police that he'd handed all of her belongings over, it confirmed that he had been lying under oath. Again, a small issue at first, but now that the detectives know he's comfortable lying about this, they know that almost every piece of information he's given them could be completely untrue.
right.
The bag was turned into us. We have possession of the bag. We have evidence that says it came out of your storage room. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, sir.
Do you believe that statement to be accurate and true?
Not now.
Did you believe it then?
No, sir.
Matthew has now essentially confessed to stealing the bag of Jessica's belongings and lying under oath. There is the question of why he did this, but we haven't even gotten started on the assault part of the case. Why Jessica was found unconscious in their closet after allegedly texting Matthew she was going to shoot herself. As it turns out, though, the police would also never move on to that part of the case, and it remained completely unanswered. Matthew was charged with stealing and lying under oath, and after being placed on administrative leave, he resigned from the force, but went completely uncharged for whatever happened on the night of April 15th. Many people have been left wondering why that may be, but the most obvious answer lies in police corruption, and the facts that the county sheriff just so happened to be Matthew's granddad, the same sheriff who lied by pronouncing Jessica dead at the scene.
So it's
What's
all
worse
connected.
is that Jessica's head trauma left her without any memory of that night, so it's likely this case will remain unsolved
she's still
forever.
alive?
But people thought the same about the murder of Sherry Rasmussen, which lay unsolved for 23 years, before new information revealed that the culprit was actually one of the police force's best detectives.
Now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
After decades of investigations, DNA evidence revealed that Stephanie was very likely the culprit of a murder committed in 1986. Because of the high-stakes nature of the case, the detectives made sure to meticulously plan this interrogation. Stephanie was a really successful detective herself, and she had recently received recommendations for her good work on a theft case. So the detectives used this, and brought her in under the guise that they needed help with a case.
I don't want to talk about this in the squadron because I don't know who people are listening. And if we go to my side, everybody's always wondering what everybody else is doing.
No problem.
Okay?
An interrogation room is a strange place for such a conversation to take place, so to put her mind at ease, detectives told her this was the place they'd least be likely to be overheard, as the case details were strictly confidential. Sherry Rasmussen's body had been found at her home after being shot 3 times. At the time, police suspected the murder was a result of a burglary gone wrong, but the case went cold when they couldn't identify the suspect. However, 23 years later, when revisiting the case, detectives found evidence that led them towards Stephanie, a girl who had been trapped in a love triangle with Sherry and her husband, John Rutten. So the detectives decided to bring up John's name to see how she'd react.
Were you guys friends, close friends?
Yeah, we're very close friends.
Yeah?
I mean, what's this all about?
It's a case we're working on and it involves John, and in there's notes and stuff that he knew you and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were good friends. I lived in the dorms for 2 years.
Was there ever any relationship or anything that developed between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we dated, you know, I mean, what's this all about?
Well,
What's this all about? The question they ask when they kind of know what's finna happen. They know where they getting to. You know it. You got an idea what what's coming on, bro.
To
His
his
wife.
wife.
Both the detectives and Stephanie have tried to seem as friendly and relaxed as possible around each other, but Stephanie is obviously starting to get very anxious at this point.
Man.
Even though the detectives gave a somewhat believable excuse, she is now in an interrogation room faced by two detectives being questioned about a girl she supposedly murdered 20 years earlier. Her breathing has become faster, and her language is defensive, and her movements have become more erratic.
And you're right.
I mean, if you guys are claiming that I'm a suspect, then, you know, I got a problem with, you know, with that.
Okay.
Okay? So, you know, if you're doing this as an interrogation, you're saying, hey, I'm a suspect. Well, now I got a problem with, you know, now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
Obviously, you know about all the DNA stuff and things of the nature that, you know, gets done on cases nowadays. You know, if we asked you for a DNA swab, would you be willing to give us one?
Maybe. Because now I'm thinking I probably need to talk to a lawyer.
Stephanie chooses to provide DNA evidence, hoping her willingness to help out would ultimately prove her innocence. But, unfortunately for her, just 5 minutes later, the detectives decide they've heard enough and put her in cuffs. Months later, after a long and arduous trial, a decision was made by the jury.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Stephanie Eileen Lazarus, guilty of the crime of murder of Sherry Rasmussen. We further find the murder was of the first degree.
After hiding it for 23 years, Stephanie Lazarus was finally found guilty of murder and sentenced to 27 years behind bars. If you enjoy true crime videos like this, make sure you're subscribed to see more.
Just like that, yeah.
While
It
cops are
different, bro. I don't know, bro. That's crazy. That second case was low-key insane. Like, how did they not? You feel me? Let's go on into the comment section, see what they think. If he would have bashed his head on the edge of the table, not the flat top of the table. It was all for show. He knew it. That is true. He would have hit his head on the, yeah. Nah, for real. They all agree. They said the first guy, he was acting like he was crazy. Bro said, I hear whispering. They still has a bitch horse is insane. Full custody of her kids was in me after finding for. Yeah, I don't know about that. Once cops start interrogating you, have to intimidation tactics often work on criminals. Wait, what? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that junk insane. That Matthew case especially, bro. So how many years did he get? Did they say that? I don't even know how many years he got, because they say he didn't get charged for murder. He got charged for something and he just got fired. Plus the sheriff was the thing of he was the sheriff, his dad. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, bro. This junk was insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out Dr. Insanity, bro. It's currently a Sunday right now. I don't know what y'all got, what the people in this video got going on. But hey, man, it ain't my life. Y'all stay over there, man. Glory to God. God protected me. Love y'all.